Okay, you guys, I'm gonna start the video off by saying spoiler warning. Okay, I don't want you guys to say in the comments, "Oh, you're showing the stuff that hasn't happened in anime yet." So, starting off, spoiler warning. Okay, I'm just gonna get into it. This is gonna be a little bit of a different video. This is to me anyway more on the lines of a rant, only because of the simple fact of Estarossa, also known as Mael, has finally fully been turned back into what he should have been, a archangel. But he is the most disappointing thing in the entirety of the Seven Deadly Sins right now. And this all came from the fact, like I said, I just recently uploaded a video of the latest chapter review, and this is where this video comes from. I'm gonna go ahead and just put it to you like this. Estarossa was one of the most interesting characters that came out when the seriousness or the Ten Commandments came out. You're talking about the same guy who, when he first revived, looked like he gave no fucks. Then when we finally see him do anything whatsoever, he literally stops Meliodas' strongest attack when he gets his powers returned to him by the sages, and he just kills him and is like, well, I mean, I had to kill you because I love you. It's like, what? So he's already introduced as basically Estarossa was Meliodas and Zeldris brothers. They were a trio. And they kind of implied at this moment anyway that Estarossa was essentially stronger than Zeldris because Zeldris was panicking. And he just comes over there, blocks it one hit, stabs him a few times and said, well, I gotta kill you because I love you. And it's like, that is super badass to me. Like, he comes out and he just punishes him. And then we later see when the commandments are starting to really make their move and they are truly in control of everything, we see him face off against Escanor. Now, why is this important? Because Escanor is essentially the most badass character in the Sins, or at least, even in the manga, well, a little recently in the manga, he's not as badass, but he still is, like, pretty badass. But he comes in, looks at Escanor like, wait. Why are you not affected by my commandment? Escanor looks at him like, oh, I don't have any hatred towards people that are weaker than me. And he's like, oh, you think you hot stuff? And they proceed to have a good-ass battle. One of the best battles in the entirety of the Sins. And what makes that so... I mean, it's Escanor. I don't think I have to say it. He just comes in. He might have lost that fight, but it's just the fact that he had the balls to even come up and just look at Escanor like, I don't give a fuck about how you feel. And then we later see when all of this gets revealed that Estarossa, of course, was Maya, which was throughout all the manga chapters, we saw that being kind of hinted at greatly. He comes back, gets his memories back, and it's like, wait. So this dude then rewrote my memories, rewrote everyone's memories to the point where I was basically killed off. And I'm expected to be cool with everybody. No. Now, at this moment, Mael or Estarossa, whichever one you want to go with, Estarossa is kind of cooler than Mael, I ain't gonna lie. Point being is, at this point, he's definitely he's corrupted by the commandments, because as you know, like I said, he is a goddess clan member, a archangel. He's not supposed to have this power. But it's just the fact, even as he's corrupt, he's just speaking fast. Like, y'all did this to me, and I'm supposed to be okay with this? No. See, I gotta kill her. And he comes in wrecking house. Like, he kills Saramel and Taramel basically because they had to use up all of their remaining strength to hold this guy off, and he gave no cares. Then Derriere, who is trying to actually save Mael, she tries to stop him and whatnot. And after, oh my goodness, I want to say, was it Taramel, the three-headed guy, lightens up on his attack to actually seal Mael, he literally just like, thank you, my brother. And then completely just kills Derriere with no hesitation. Like, there was no, like, oh, well, maybe I shouldn't do it. No, it was just straight up, oh, I'm free. Bye. It was like, that shit was so cool to me because, like, we get to see him. I mean, he's truly showing how I think anyone would feel in a situation where you're basically trapped in your own body for thousands of years, killing off the people that are supposed to be basically your family, your brethren, because someone decided the only way to end the Holy War was to make you switch places with Meliodas. Awesome, awesome. I thought that was well done. And he also does it, and it kills Meliodas, kills Darius, even though he has a good sense that he shouldn't be holding these commandments. He's still just like, he's basically an addict at this point, to be honest with you. He looks at it, he's like, the commandments are the only things that are actually giving me any form of hope. And y'all want to take that away from me. And after he kills Darius, he takes the last commandment, and implants it within himself, and he gets his new badass transformation. Now, one of the things I have to admit that really, another thing that disappointed me was Mael could have been the only character to be kind of OP in the sense of he would have been the only character to possess both goddess and demon powers. Considering, like I said, I would assume while he was trapped in there with the false memories, he had to have learned full counter somehow, you know what I'm saying? Because he does have a full counter ability of physical attacks, no physical attack work on. So I was kind of hoping we would get to see him as he possesses these commandments, maintain the fact that he can use both goddess and demonic powers. But no, we don't get to see that crap. Like, oh, that was so annoying. And the thing about it is, we see Mael after he gets beaten to he was beaten to being unrecognizable. Even after getting beat that badly, and Gother comes in the show, Gother explains to him like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, that he kind of implies that basically the only reason why Gother did it, or the human Gother who created the dog Gother, the only reason why he did it was because Gother is essentially formed in the shape of the OG Gother's lover, who Mael, who we see in the panel, literally goes through, kills all of the demons. It's like, yeah, I am basically saving you. I am blessing you by killing you. And then he kills Gother's wife with no hesitation. And it's like, that's what we want to see. Now, we do, I know I'm speaking purely about it, but we do get to see a bit of Mael come for redemption, where after that, he cast off the commandments, realizes his mistakes, realizes that what he's doing is wrong. And he has these moments where he's sitting there thinking to himself, like, I really killed my own people. You expect I can't fight alongside these 7 deadly sins, nor can I fight against side of the demon, because he feels like he kind of betrayed both sides. So we're talking about a Mael that goes from being essentially a very cold-blooded killer to now he's basically turned to a slight pacifist, where he's like, I actually don't want to fight anymore. We can solve this without violence. And that was cool and all, seeing him go through that form. But like I said, it's just the fact of pretty much some of the other stuff that we see that really just bothers me. Now, like I said, on top of seeing him really go through his whole change of realizing like all the bad stuff that he did, he does, you know what I'm saying, try and make peace with things, gets a little bit of character development in the sense of he actually, after killing Darius and Oslo, King's dog, you know, that allows him to teleport, you know what I'm saying, after he kills both of them, he's like, well, okay, I really messed up. I'm going to cast a spell on them that allows them to be reincarnated with their memories intact. So he does show that he's trying to not be the true bad guy anymore, which is awesome to see in terms of character development. But like I said, it's just a simple fact of the later stuff that we see. But it was cool to see him go through his phase, realizing all the stuff that he did, and actually wanting to be a good guy again, especially when it came down to Elizabeth telling him, like, we really need you. Can you help us? And boy, when he said, I got you, he meant it. He comes in, saves Escanor, after Escanor took a beat down from the center, who, by the way, Escanor couldn't beat in essentially the one mode, as he stated, by saying, like, wow, this is the best you can do, even at your peak at noon. So it is implied that Escanor is in the one mode, though granted it could be a little weakened because the darkness was covering the whole place. But it didn't matter because Mael comes in with sunshine. Escanor gives him sunshine. Mael, just by appearing, disperses all of the original demons, sunshine, and then says, yeah, I had enough of you. And with a flick of the wrist, creates this massive explosion of his greatest son ability and literally one-shots the same demon that Escanor and all the other demons, including Rudicell in his angelic form, couldn't beat. He one-shots him, and then Zeldris, who also Rudicell in Margaret's body and Escanor struggled to beat. Mael comes in, defeats the same Zeldris that it took Escanor in the one mode to beat, which we definitely saw that it took Escanor in the one mode. He comes in, melts Zeldris. He melts Zeldris' swords. They have a good battle where he's keeping up with him. Zeldris gets a bit of a power up because he was in desperation, and Mael still comes in and is like, enough of your shit. Like, so we get to see him do so much crap, but then when the great moment comes where the Demon King makes his appearance by taking over Meliodas' body, it's like the Demon King, just by flexing, completely makes Mel turn into a bitch. Like, he didn't do anything else so far, and that's what's so disappointing. It's like we see him do all this stuff. We know that he's at least stronger, probably stronger than Escanor in the one mode. But even when Escanor and the rest of them are facing off against the Demon King, he's just sitting up there like, yeah, I'm going to leave this to you, Escanor, because I can't deal with this on my own. This is all I got. Enjoy it while you can. I'll leave everything up to you. And that is just the biggest disappointment to me, and it really pisses me off to the highest extent. Alright, you guys, that is the end of the video. I just want to express how it is just really, really disappointing how they have treated Mael. But hopefully we'll get to see him do a little bit more. Like I said, I still have other videos in the making, so be on the lookout for that. Until next time, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Peace. And also, don't mind the dogs. Kinda. I'm not at my usual spot of recording, so you have to forget that. Well, until next time, you guys. Peace.